Hey everybody, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in again for Beyond the Mic and checking out any other healing videos. I'm so touched by all the messages that I've gotten and all of the views. It's been crazy. Just tune in for any other episodes that we have coming in and we'll continue healing. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, show so much love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Beyond the Mic with Ashley, representing Bastien Media Group. Today we have Steez Trince joining us. How are you? Trince's new release song is called Diamond Guts. Tell us about Diamond Guts, Trince.
Diamond Guts. That's a vibe that came out of nowhere, to be honest. You know, a little vibe for the women that appreciate good vibes. You know, something different. You hear it, you get what you get from it. Have you heard it?
Okay, I have. Yeah, it is different. So what would you say it's different from like your normal sound though?
It's more calm. Yeah, it's more calm, soothing, but still a vibe, like a little trip. My other music is a little bit more hype, more, you could say, aggressive.
Is that what you like gravitate towards? Is like more hype music?
Or
we're in Lawrence.
Yo, hey. If you ain't making music and you don't hear that, you're doing something wrong. But I'm gravitated towards music that gives me goosebumps. Like.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Explain that. Explain that. Music that gives you goosebumps. Tell me.
Music that gives me goosebumps is music that makes me forget about all my bullshit I'm going through. Like, I forget about this place I'm at physically.
But does that always mean like a high? Because like you say you have like hype music. Is that always like a high instead of a feel whatever you feel?
Well, honestly too, like with my hype music, with just any music I make, it's my high. But a music aside from my music that inspires me, that I gravitate to, anything that makes me get them goosebumps automatically is already high because it's away from me. It's away from my physical. It's more out. You know what I'm saying? You can't feel something unless it's from a different source. So. Yeah.
And is that what you give with your music?
Oh, yeah. I make sure that it's injected with passion. Cause, you know, people make music for, I don't know, they just do it. Like some people just do it just cause they want clout. They just want to be something in someone's head. But people that do it passionately, like it's part of their life, like it's with love, it's different. Your mom make you food out of love, that food is gonna be, you're gonna feel healed. You know what I mean? But if it's just made rushed, if it's made,
you can taste it.
You can be
and like
wow.
You can feel it. Like the music, you can feel
raw,
it.
Like,
yeah.
Put this in the fucking stove for 5 more minutes. But yeah, that's how, you know, if you make it with love, it's always gonna make people have that, a love moment. You enjoy something's love. You don't like it, you hate it. It's a love and hate world.
So going into what you had said about the love, going whenever you make something, it's love. So what does love mean to you then?
I don't know. And that's the meaning to me. I don't know. Because if you don't know, it keeps you going to figure out what it is eventually. And that's love. Oh,
so you like the unknowing. Of what though?
Love.
Any form of love?
Love is, there's no specific love. Love is just love.
Because love can come in so many different forms.
Yeah, okay. So if we talk about specifics. Okay, so your question is, what is love? Okay, what specific type of love? Like, are you talking about love and romantic or passion or like? Because love is what keeps you going, honestly.
Okay. So would you describe you don't know what love is in general?
As long as I don't.
As a passion?
As long as I don't love myself fully, I'm never gonna know what love is.
So tell me about where you grew up.
Right here, this city, born and raised.
Where?
I hopped around all over Lawrence, but my childhood was mostly in South Lawrence, right across the street from a school. So I used to go there too. So I was always around Lawrence. Like, this is the city I know. You know? cool though. I like it. I need to get out though. You know, travel.
Have you been anywhere else?
To the universe.
So you haven't traveled much out of Lawrence? Where do you want to go?
Everywhere. Anything but this place. Not like I'm trashing it, but more like just something to, you know, expand my experience. I say Cali, if we're talking this state, this country. Definitely Florida, New York. Number one, New York. That's where all the swag, the fashion, like the hip hop originated from New York. That's the mecca, you know, so.
So going back into your music, when writing, what kind of mindset do you get into? Like, are you the kind that blasts music, or are you the kind that needs to be alone? Like, what kind of mindset do you get into?
Usually, I need to have them like silence. Cause silence to me is where you get more answers or more, you know. If it's too loud, sometimes if it's too loud, it's kind of hard to really allow your mind to flow. Cause you're distracted, you know. But I need silence. Music is playing, it off. Like, turn it off, please. But usually I don't write no more. That's the thing.
So what does the silence help for you?
The silence helps just my mind, just to flow, just to, you know, relax. When you relax, you can see things more clear. So if I'm relaxed, trying to write something fire, it clears it up for that, you know, present itself more.
Have you ever been in love?
Love, goodness. Well, yeah, I have been in love. I mean,
have you ever fallen in love?
Yeah.
How many times?
Once. And I feel like falling in love, whether it's your first time or multiple, your first, I don't know, maybe your first time loving is gonna be your biggest like transition in your life ever.
Yeah, it
whether
sticks.
you even fall out of love with them.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you everything you need to know. I want to say everything because people could still fuck up after that, whatever. But it teaches you a lot more that you didn't know about yourself.
Really? I think a first love gives you like a template of like what you don't want. And you don't realize that until you're like so deep into so many different loves. And then you're like, oh yeah, that first one, never again. Would never do.
No, you're definitely
ever.
No, you're right. Because like love comes in different forms.
Yeah.
But I mean like, well, yeah, it all depends on how that lover was, what you tolerated, what you went through, you know, like literally. Like if it was a good or worse, like you're still going to have a glimpse of something, whether it's you doing something repeatedly that you look now like, yo, I should have never did that. All that still was a golden ticket for you to move to another level to yourself.
Yeah, well, I feel like as you get older, things just start to mean more to you, and you like start to understand that like it wasn't real. Like your first love, or even like your second love, or anything like that. Like it just wasn't real because you weren't fully there yet. You know, you didn't know what you did now. You know.
Or
so basically, I just believe it's not real until it is.
Yeah, you know? But I have a lot of love. I have a lot of love. No matter what love is, whether people see it or whether it's first love, second, like everybody got love. Some people just don't know how to put it to surface.
Yes. Yeah.
Everybody got love.
Everybody got love.
Even psychos, even crazy people, even people that
even like those thugs that swear they ain't got no love.
People
they be the ones that they little spooning. They be the little spoon.
Yeah,
they be the little spoon. They got love. They want a little love.
Everybody got love. People just don't know how to express it. Some people might express it talking aggressively just because it's just under a protective type thing.
Or it's like whatever history they have, whatever it is.
Love isn't just hugs and kisses and smooch and positive. Love ain't even positive. You know what I'm saying? Because you could do something bad to somebody, talk about it, they forgive you. It's love. If negativity wasn't supposed to play a part in the love shit, then you would never forgive them. You would never even have the thought to even consider that forgiveness, or you know.
Yeah, like there's no love without hate.
Yeah, love loves negativity too.
Yeah.
Because it builds you.
Yeah, that's like where toxicness comes up into play. Like when that comes into play, like the addiction of like love, hate and stuff like that. When you go back and forth with somebody, the love, the hate, the addiction, all that stuff. Really, there is no love without hate.
Well, I'm sick of the shit.
You gotta hate your man a little bit. You gotta hate your man a little bit.
At the end of the day, like, even the toxic shit, still important. Everything is important. Like, however you perceive that, you perceive it, but everything is important. Even the toxicity. It's not enjoyable. It's not something that's, you know.
Well, to us, as people who have a healthy mindset, saying it's not enjoyable. But there are actual people who like can't have love without darkness. And that might be because of their past. It might be because of whatever happened before. It doesn't really matter. Some people cannot have love without darkness. They just simply can't.
500K again.
But truthfully, like they just, you know, like some people aren't built for a sweet love. Some people aren't built for a soft awakening of like, oh, all of a sudden I have Prince Charming. Some people need that darkness.
Sometimes you be in the dark so much that you even like the light. You could be in the dark for so long that when you get light and you go out, it burns.
It burns. It feels so not normal.
It's like
that you have to go back into like whatever you were doing before.
And then there it is.
It's a habit. It's a habit. It's your own habits. And that like, and then people, my biggest thing is when people are like, oh, I keep choosing the wrong person over and over and over again. I'm like, baby girl, you know your traits. You know what you don't like. You know what you do like. You just like the toxic. And that's such a huge thing in our generation, is just being toxic. Like it's almost like a flag of like an honor.
All I'm gonna say is don't talk shit about the nigga you with if you still with him.
If you still with him, yeah.
Cause you toxic too.
Just don't be toxic. But it's
We're
also
gonna
like
call this couple too toxic.
You know what I do?
Both
What
of
I
y'all
do feel?
toxic.
What I do feel? Like relationships aren't relationships anymore in this generation.
Oh my god.
Because I feel like
let's not talk about this generation.
Just because I feel like it should, like relationships are about soul connections and about how that other person leaves you at peace and all that stuff and all the cheesy stuff in between. But now I feel like it's mostly about image and about who looks best with you and who doesn't, and how they can benefit you in this way or that way, but never really like a soul tie. And I think that's what like started all relationships, was a soul tie. And we just don't really have that anymore, because we just go from like talking to talking to talking to not talking.
A relationship is successful and flourished when there's less things to fear. When there's more fear in a relationship, it's never gonna be stable. It's never gonna be stable. The more fear, the more weak the legs are to keep the house
fear
of love.
And what?
Fear of anything, like losing this person, or are they cheating on me, or just anything.
Oh, so comfortable, security.
Yeah, there it is, security. Like what keeps it held, what keeps it cemented.
Trust is what you're, that's the word, trust.
Yeah, like a relationship. And the thing about trust is everything in this relationship is ruining trust within friendships, family, relationships, anything, because everything is transformed, evolved. We got phones. You know, whoever you talking to, whatever, could be like, yo, I can't chill. Just a little snap of them doing something next to somebody, it might make you think like, damn, they doing something. Oh my God, they slacking on me, or I text you a message, or you don't reply in like an hour. damn.
But if you have
motherfucker
trust, it
acting-
doesn't matter.
No, yeah, facts. It's goes all both ways. If you have it, then you have it. But the thing is, there's a lot of things that are fed to us mentally, with this phone world, this generation that brings a lot of security up. You know what I'm saying? For the people that do got the security, big ups to y'all, cause don't let this generation crumble y'all.
Trust is so hard.
It's hard.
Too.
It's hard.
Trust is so much. It's so hard, but then it shouldn't be hard though.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be. It's all about how you are received in the beginning. I'm such a first impression person. Like if I don't like you the first time I meet you, then I probably won't like you too much until like I probably won't like you. Like it's gonna take a minute. And so like I feel like when you present yourself, if you're presenting yourself as somebody who only wants to talk or only wants to like mess around and do this or do that or whatever like that, it's hard to have trust when you're represented like that. So where I think it all ties together is I think our generation lacks honesty and lacks communication because the honesty and communication, if somebody up front was just like, hey, this is exactly what I want, then a lot of us women and men, but a lot of us women would respect either, oh, that's not how I want to do things, or, oh, exactly what I'm looking for. And a lot of us are open to so many different things, but this generation just kills it where they would rather not tell us than just tell us, you know?
I hate this generation, but I love it at the same time.
Yeah.
I love it because I hate it, and that's toxicity, and that's why toxicity is positive. That's why it's important too. Because I can love it. As long as I love something, right?
Yeah.
But it all depends on what. I love this generation, but I hate it at the same time.
What kind of toxic are you?
Excuse me?
What kind of toxic are you?
What?
There are different kind of toxics.
Who said I'm toxic?
Didn't he?
Damn.
Didn't he? Okay,
I said
the
I
people,
like it.
our audience is saying, yeah, he did. He just said that. He just said that.
I said I love it and hate it. I never said
what kind? Okay, tell me what. Just tell me.
I could love Tom Brady, but I'll never be a football player.
Just tell me. Somebody cut that.
What?
Liar! Okay, just go ahead. Just say it.
I know.
What kind of toxic? I will admit, I have been a little toxic. I have been a little toxic. So what kind of toxic are you? My toxic is more of,
oh my goodness.
I just would like to be
the silence and that toxic
I would just like
statement.
to be. I would just like to have open communication and honesty. And if that isn't like reciprocated, then it gets a little bit more vocal.
You decide if you want to explain how you get. Before
that's it. That's exactly what I said. Like that's
you
like
get vocal? You get
so
vocal?
I just just that level of it.
Let me tell you.
Like that's the kind of like talk. Like I just like to be respected.
What type of toxic I am? I'm the type of toxic that might be toxic to you, but then I'd be like, I don't know.
I really don't understand what that means. Just go ahead and tell me.
You could say, yo, you're fucking toxic, and I'll be like, how the fuck am I? And probably still do toxic shit.
Like what? Like what is some shit that you've done?
What you mean?
Okay.
I'm toxic,
so I'll tell a really toxic story. I'll put my mom on blast. One time, my mom found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her, so she rounded up all of the kids to throw all of his stuff off the balcony when he got home. And I'm just saying, it was all his like computers, laptops, everything. And then when he got, and then his kids and like like his stepkids, everything. And then when he got home, we swung out with bats, and my mom was like, "You like to cheat, bat, bat, bat." And I'm just saying, I'd match that energy. So that's that's like what it is.
Yo, am I toxic if I say I like that?
Yeah. Okay, so here it is.
I'm kidding.
He's toxic. He likes it.
I'm playing. Hell no, that's crazy. But that's love.
But that's love. That's it. But okay, so that's toxic that you believe that's love because that's not love.
No, I don't think it's love like in a positive way.
Don't poison the children's minds.
I'm saying
it's not love.
To the people out there, love isn't positive or negative. It's both. Like,
well, I guess it is love.
that's love because she felt so hurt that she had to do that.
That she
And
had
it
to
stemmed
break
from
his
the love.
belongings.
Exactly. It stemmed from the love. Like, yo, I
Yeah.
love this nigga so fucking much that I'm gonna do that.
Oh, and he was a tech guy, so it was all his work stuff.
Yeah, bro. That's it.
Yeah,
It's love.
and
Hate is love.
all of his work stuff. It was like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff.
Listen, look,
and my
I'ma say
mom
this.
said, "I don't care," and she waited for him to pull up. She waited and then said, "Go," and we all went, "Bah," and just went
I'm
crazy.
gonna say this.
I love
I
it
don't
though.
know what kind of toxic I am.
She's
I
Dominican.
don't know if I am toxic. Because we use that word freely, like if it's a frisbee, like if it's a fucking blunt, like it's some, I don't know, some hubba bubba gum that we just
Some Hubba
enjoy.
Bubba gum?
No, nigga, toxic is actually bad for you, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? You get a disease, you're toxic. We
But
can't
he
be
loves
around,
it.
We can't be around that person. He's toxic, meaning it has toxicity. It's
So
not
it's
healthy.
it's not healthy, but also the biggest
Degenerate,
part.
like,
The biggest part is that it's addiction. It's an addiction.
Yeah.
As anything, people
not
are,
healthy.
I think, I read this thing and it was crazy. But people are addicting. People can be addicting. You know what I've always believed? That like men, women, whatever, that person, like we get addicted to having that push and pull on your heartstrings. So what do you think about cancel culture? It's huge right now. Everybody's getting canceled. Andrew Tate is a huge one. What do you think about Andrew Tate?
I love all them niggas.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because it's love. These niggas is doing things no one else is doing. And I'm all for you doing things that no one else is doing. And it's crazy because the show Bastien had, Showcase, part 2, I posted a picture. My caption was, I do what they don't do, reasons why I'm controversial. Because I like what people don't do. And, whatever reasons they're canceled for, it's not my business, but I respect.
What do you do that people don't?
I just be me. People ain't them.
So
People fake.
what do you do that's controversial?
I'm not saying I'm controversial. I'm just saying I like that. If I am, then I am. But I like when people just, they're just free with themselves. And the people that have gotten canceled were the people that were just being free and just saying some shit, whether they didn't think about it or whatever. But I like that because it's just like a lot of people have to fake it rather than just speak with their spirit.
So who do you agree with specifically?
I don't know who I would agree. I agree with me. Hashtag I'm not a narcissist. Like Andrew Tate. I love feel like his shit. A lot of things he says. It's cause I have a complex mind. And if you have a complex mind, you can understand someone else's complex mind. I love Kanye's shit. Obviously, there's things he says that are crazy. Anybody else that gets canceled, things that could be perceived as crazy. But the reason why I could kind of look at it with an eye with understanding is because I do shit that make people think of me crazy. But in reality, I'm not. I'm just doing that for y'all to just...
You know what I think is? Opinions are opinions. Is my biggest, opinions are opinions. They're supposed to be there, stated if you want. I'm pro everything. Pro choice for every single thing ever made. Literally.
Kanye.
Because I'm just do whatever you want.
Yeah, really.
As long as it doesn't affect my life, do whatever you want. Wear whatever you want. Be whoever you want. Love whoever you want. I don't care. Just do whatever. It's not my life.
Like even that.
I don't care.
With the Kanye shit.
I don't understand how people can have such strong opinions about other people's lives.
That attitude. That shit right there. Like even the shit what Kanye said. Nothing could really hurt you unless you let it. I don't give a fuck what it is. Besides him, I don't know. I'm not trying to make this a Kanye podcast, but besides him speaking of George Floyd, I didn't like that. But in reality, if you think about it, the only person that could hurt themselves is themselves. You can say something to someone, but it's all in your own mind to let it hurt you, no matter what. Because if you take the person that gets hurt from what someone says compared to someone that could be mad, nonchalant, careless, nigga, there's a difference for a reason. There's a real difference. And that is, this person has some type of place in his mind or her mind that just doesn't let it get to them. So if you see someone ranting that's canceled, okay, whatever. If you want to change the world about it, that's your decision. You could look at yourself and be like, yo, I got kids to take care of. I got my job to continue.
Yeah, that's
Why do I gotta worry
saying.
about what this man is saying?
That's what I'm saying.
He's disrespecting my people. Don't take it personal unless it's true.
Who cares?
If it ain't hold up, Pete. If it ain't true, then don't feel like shit about it. Because if it ain't true, just look at that nigga like, okay, nigga, you wildin' out. You might need help. You might need something.
But even if it is, who cares?
And even if it is.
Even if it is, who cares? If it's not affecting my life personally, then why does it matter? Like, it does not matter. There shouldn't be any reason. I would never, ever, ever in my life find the time in my day to ever make someone feel bad about their whatever the decisions that they were making. Why? Because I don't care. Because it literally doesn't affect me. I don't understand why anybody should care about anything that other people do.
Literally.
Because if it doesn't affect your life directly, why do their decisions matter? Let them live the world that they were meant to live. Let them go on the path that they were meant to go on. And then you go on yours. You have your path. They have theirs. Same thing goes for love, hate, everything. You have their. I never make anybody adjust their lives in any way, shape, or form when it comes to me, because if that's the way you rock, that's the way you rock.
That's the way you rock.
And that's fine. But that's just not how I rock, so I'm gonna go my path.
Like, honestly, if I'm gonna be real, based on how my perspective is in my mind, who knows? I'm gonna keep doing this music shit. And if I blow, I blow up, I blow up. But I might get canceled because I'm gonna always keep it real. I don't give a fuck. And that's the thing, my life that I'm chasing or going for is this music life. If fame comes, I'm all for it. But even if I have fame, I'm not gonna use it for the selfishness of myself. I'm gonna use that to make sure that people that know me are inspired with something. Remember the goosebump feeling? Goosebump effect. I wanna give everybody that. I want many people move. But I'm gonna always keep it how I see it. You know, I'm not gonna switch up just because I gotta be like this around people, you know, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I got my soul's always watching. I'll tell you something, right? Besides the federal, besides the cops, you're tapped. And I'm not saying on some, oh, you cuckoo. You're tapped. Meaning, the way the cops could tap your phone or the feds or whatever and hear all your conversations is the same way God got you tapped. God listens to everything. You're tapped everywhere you go. Where your heart, what you think, what you're daydreaming, what your ADHD is distracting you with, what you was just thinking. Anything and every second you're tapped. God is listening. God is watching. Also, the devil too. Be careful what you speak about verbally.
You're crazy.
Be careful what you speak about, because if you speak about all your success and your blessings, that's when the devil fucks with you. And then that's when your blessings could overturn. That's why you don't speak about none of your blessings, none of anything that you got going on in your life until it's stamped and concrete. Because the devil's purpose is to always crush you. The reason why the devil fell from the sky is because he was meant to be the lower fucking self. Nah, we keeping this, bro. This might be some shit they might take away. Nah, fuck that.
You make no damn sense.
No.
You make no damn sense. Okay.
Yeah, cause you sleep.
But I hear you.
With me.
But I hear you.
I'm telling you, come on, you didn't say that. Facts. God is there. God is always watching. God is always watching. And we're not just gonna sit here and let these generation people grow up into a world where they don't know what the fuck is going on. Nigga, this is World War III. This is World War III. And it don't even involve missiles, guns, bullets. It's spiritual. The devil and God battle right now, nigga. That's why everybody's fucked. That's why nobody is on some positive shit. That's why the negativity is always outweighing the positive.
Wait, he's starting to make sense.
No matter what.
Continue with
the devil is World War III. This is a war. It's a spiritual war. There's so much things in this world externally that's causing our spirit to die, and the devil is like, word, give me that bottle.
Why do I understand what you're saying now? Okay.
Because you're wiping the lens off your
okay, stop being crazy about it, but I hear you.
Nah, I'm not crazy. That's the thing about the Kanye shit. He's saying some shit, but the way it's expressed, the way it's described, looks crazy. But the people that are aware, and I know you're aware, you know what I'm saying.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I fully know, but
You'll know. I just planted a seed in your head. Give it 2 months. Let that flower sprout.
I'm actually surrounded by conspiracy theorists, people all the time, literally 24/7. All the time they're talking about it. 24. Actually, like my family is big on like bunker stuff and making sure, like, because they believe that actually, literally what you say, they believe that the devil is going to rise soon.
People are scared of that word, nigga.
The world.
I'm scared of that word.
What word? The devil?
Yeah, people.
Who's scared of it? So they are saying that the devil is going to rise and that all this stuff is going to happen. They literally have like cans of food, everything, and everybody should have that. Like my entire family does it.
The fact that people think that they need to have food in the basement and all that, like the world ain't ending, man. The world ain't gonna end on some 2012 like that movie, like big ass tsunamis.
It might.
World opening, nah.
It might. Global warming is real.
Yeah,
it might.
That's man-made.
Ladies and gents, it is November.
It's man-made.
And it is November, and it was like 73 degrees out. Wake up.
Well, yeah.
Okay, global warming is real.
It's here.
You want to talk about controversial? Like our management wanted to talk.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's real.
But peep this, right? The world ending isn't just that, like crumbling everything that we all fucking died. The way the world ended was when a technology, phones advanced.
Really? Because I think that's when the world began.
Well, oof. Damn, that's
when I think the world began.
That's a good way to see it.
Because people like to see. So people like to see technology as a bad thing.
No, but look.
No. But people like to see technology as a bad thing. But our world has progressed, okay? And the way that I believe it is, yes, I love the good times. I love all the old stuff, whatever. But we are going crazy. We are going nuts. Everything's progressing. And whether or not it's the way we liked it, our generation is letting go. Like the newest generation that we have, like our younger siblings and stuff like that, this is the world that they grew up in. We grew up in something a little different, so we're holding on to that. This is the world that they're growing up in. They're liking it. Some of them are little assholes, but they're getting smarter and smarter because they're being able to be provided this technology. And whether or not that means they go outside and hang out and like go roll around in the mud, they're getting smarter because they have all of these resources around them. Yeah. And then that's going to progress our technology even more. The kids are our future. They might be rude and dumb, but the kids are our future.
Yeah. So what I mean by, because what you're saying is true, it's no, 100%. And I'm saying like, when I mean the world is ending, that word ending is only a beginning. When something ends, there's always a beginning. Yeah. So I don't mean it's like dead, like, se murió, like, ya, se acabó, done. In the casket, like, no, I mean like it's the end, like it's a new beginning. So like you said, when these phones started advancing, that's when the world began. You know, and that's what it is. That's what it's like. That's when the world ended, when the phone era came in. So the way people used to love, like think about it, like when we were even talking about love and everything else back then, like we wasn't worried about, oh my God, who's liking her picture. Oh my God, who's liking his picture? Oh my God, I could check the location where they at. Nah, it was
yeah.
Everything made us more or less trusting because back then it was more organic. People had that natural.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that.
So when these phones came out, like, trust, you can make money off it. You could do mad shit. It's balanced, 50-50.
But that's what I'm saying is that the new generation doesn't experience that. We're holding on to something that we've known and what like our parents like told us about, and like we've seen, like our parents or like family members, friends, whatever, we saw that. But this new generation doesn't know that. So their new love language is getting a text. And then it's like a love thing, and like, oh, they're FaceTiming every night. Like that's a thing. Like that's the new generation. And like, yeah, it's definitely different, but it's like their new thing. And it's like how it is. And we can either take it and run with it, or we could live in whatever we want to live in.
Well,
but again, I don't care. It's not my life.
The thing is, you got to pay.
Do what you want.
It's all about being a good parent, because it's all about the parent that makes that kid, you know, stay away from the technological suffering.
But at some point, you're also depriving your child if you take that away.
Nah, yeah, you are, according to other parents that do let their child have phones, but like if you're a parent that brings a kid to this world, or you know, games, or even on another level, go ahead, let your kid play it. Go ahead, let your kid have this new phone. But it's like there's people out here letting their kids have phones, iPhone fucking 26s when they're like 7. No, let your kid get a phone like we all grew up when you're 18. You got a phone when you're 18. There's kids having, and
18's a lot, but
I'm saying, like, there's kids that get phones, these high advanced phones at young ages. Crazy. And there's girls or boys taking pictures, and there's weirdos all over this phone world where they don't even need to know how old you are. They don't care how old you are. They're gonna be on some weird shit. And the girl, who knows? You never know. They're gonna bribe them. Oh, I got this for you. I got that, or whatever. And then, you know, catches her or whatever. Does some crazy shit. Like, phones for kids, especially with this new way, FaceTime, Facebook. You gotta take it away. We gotta take it away until they're old enough, because that's what's destroying the little kids too. Looking at a screen all the time, destroying their ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids need to breathe. These kids need to experience. These kids need to play, get hurt, fall, get back up, do it again. All they're doing is looking at the phone.
Okay, but yeah, you can also, yes, and I agree with that. I actually have a daughter, and she only has an hour of tablet time a day, educational video games only.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's beautiful.
So she has an hour of tablet time, but only because she wouldn't have any time on tablet time if that wouldn't be depriving her because of this generation. So to keep it competitive, which every single person on this human being, anybody who produces a child, anything, they want their kid to be the best. Every single child out here, they already have a tab. I have toddlers in my daughter's class that have their own phones. Crazy. I would never do that, but I'm not gonna also deprive my child. I need to provide my child with just as much as an advantage as somebody else, or even better.
I disagree.
And that is what I'm going to create for her in that situation. So she gets an hour of tablet time a day. No, that gives her just enough advantage for her to have a little bit of experience, but also create, live, do whatever she wants to do. She gets virtually no screen time, but you got to keep up.
I'm not disagreeing with you, because whoever.
No, in general, it's just keeping up.
Yeah, no, yeah, like. Facts, like that.
When you're a parent, you got to keep up.
She could be around the virtual stuff, but you're keeping it positive. You're keeping it clean for her. Like, you know, she's learning. You know, that's good. You know, it's just me personally. I'm just I'm just black sheep in my family. Like, I always just do. I try to make sure I make sure my peoples and my family know what not to do. You know, like, I always give my mom God words. My brother, my grandma, everybody, even if they're more experienced than me.
It's also different when you have kids, though.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't have kids yet, and I do. And I literally used to always be like, my kid is never touching a tablet in her life. She's never touching a phone, whatever. And then we went to preschool, and kids knew a lot more than her. And it wasn't good for her because it literally set her back, because school is now like that as well. And unless you're gonna derail the school system, baby girl's getting an hour of tablet time so she can catch up. Because when we arrived, everything was different, and everything's so competitive, and you wanna make sure that you're progressing in this world. Even me as an adult, I need to make sure I progress in the world with my work. With my work, if they send me a new app that I need to start looking at to navigate with my work, I need to know that new app.
Right.
I need to know it through and through, whether or not. It's like the way of the world right now.
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, I hate it.
It's like all about how you use it, you know? It's just all about how you use it, because there is like great things you can do with these phones. Like, there's so much things you can learn. So much things you can educate yourself on. Like, I'm not against the phone thing. I just look at the negatives a lot, just so I know what to avoid. You know, but there are good things, you know, like even this, like phones, like taking yourself reels, whatever, could expand you. You could get rich off, you get money, now you could treat your family right, you could treat your daughter. But there's a lot of good things with the phones. I'm just a very overprotective person, and I like to make sure my people...
Oh my God, me too. I'm a helicopter parent.
So like, even like just thinking about me at this age, I'm already stuck on my phone. There's things I do with my phone that distract me from things, and I just look at that and try to base it off like, how would I want my child to grow?
Yeah,
you know?
and
that's why I'm so pro.
I'm
phones,
such
but they're good. They're good.
I'm such a helicopter parent.
Okay, I'm toxic with the phones.
Like
Fuck
I
you,
can't.
I'm toxic with phones.
My baby doesn't.
I don't like phones.
My baby doesn't breathe without me checking
But I
her
love
pulse. Don't worry, I know. So, Trince, to wrap up this interview,
So, Trince, that was perfect word.
what kind of impact do you want to leave on this world?
The impact I want to leave in this world is definitely, an impact that made rust into gold. Like, if you're in a low place and I've come across your life, it doesn't even have to be physically, it could just be through my music, just through inspiration. I want to transform and crystallize any low place people are at and put it higher, because that's what God does. And me as God's child, I want to do that, as the messenger. I want to make sure people just alleviate from their own darkness, whatever, because that's what I was a place at. And in order for me to do that, I had to go through it. So I understand it. Because I understand it, I don't want to keep anybody that appreciates me there. So I definitely want to leave an impact where it's just influential, it's elevating, transcending, and love.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, thank you so much for coming back for another episode of Beyond the Mic, representing Bastien Media Group. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, show so much love, and just another round of applause for Steez Trince. Thank you so much for joining us.
Don't cancel people that don't deserve to be canceled.